pray to God, but I did today, just to take a minute of the pain away. 'Cause I'm scared that I believe in nothing. Am I on my own? I don't wanna break, but I did today, 'cause I only have myself to blame. Should I just let go? I'm afraid to let go. I'd do anything, just to feel something, just to feel something. Yeah, I give everything, just to feel something, just to feel something. Just let me feel something.
Yo, what's up, everybody? How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's doing good. Looking at the chat, it looks like we are going to have some solid content for the jokes outro already, so that's good. I am not the throat goat, you sons of bitches. I'm the goat with a sore throat, but my throat is no longer sore, so that name can no longer stick. Please stop. All right, so what's up? We are here. We're back on the stream. I'm sorry for the delay. I didn't stream on Monday because it was my actual birthday. So I appreciate all the birthday wishes. Everyone was very nice. So thank you very much. I had a great birthday weekend. I went to a music festival here in town, which was super fun with some friends. And I had a great day on Monday as well. And I'm going to visit some family tomorrow. I'm driving out of town. I'm going to go visit some family, spend some time. So I'm looking forward to that, enjoying summer, trying to work on my white boy tan. So thank you guys all for the well wishes. I'm feeling a lot better. I was pretty sick in the last stream. I think I'm almost over it at this point, but we'll get right into it here real quick. Shout out to the sponsors of the stream, the company that is keeping me eating in this bear market, Prime XBT. So if you guys want to help me out, please use that link in the description. Sign up to the website, use the code Mayne50 and deposit some money. That's how I get compensated on the sponsorship, is I get a kickback for people signing up and depositing money. So if you want to support me, you like all the free stuff I'm doing for you guys on here, on Twitter, on TikTok, on Instagram, that is the best way for you to support me. So really appreciate it if you guys could do that. If you have any questions, of course, you can DM me. I have a huge backlog of DMs right now. I will get through them over the coming days. I got a long drive tomorrow. I might be driving with someone, so if I'm not driving, I'll hammer out some of those DMs. I got a lot of them. I'm going to work on it. But without too much further ado, let's get into the video here. It looks like I am going to be stuck with this throat goat moniker, which is very unfortunate. So thank God my mom is not watching this episode. And if she is, I'm sorry. All right. Yes, I got some food. I hit the gym. I had a back day. I absolutely smashed it. Then I ate a huge piece of chicken, some potatoes, some asparagus. So you know my pee is going to be smelling funny. So Tanae says, hey, literally just got into crypto and was wondering what cryptos to invest in and if I can make money in crypto off a small investment. You absolutely can make money in crypto off a small investment, but I wouldn't start putting money in stuff until you kind of have a basic understanding of what the fuck you're doing, right? What are you buying? Why are you buying it? I see another one of your messages was, that you threw $300 into XRP. Why? Is it at a support level? Is there a reason that you think XRP is a good buy at these prices? If you think Bitcoin's going to go lower, do you think it's a good time to buy altcoins? So if you can't answer these types of questions, you shouldn't be putting any money at risk. In my opinion, you can make money with a small amount of money, but you just got to be that much smarter with it, with your capital. You got to be smart with it. It doesn't matter if it's $100 or $100,000. It's your hard-earned money. Don't just throw it into something just because. All right. Jane is back, and her first question is, what is my real name? What the fuck, Jane? What kind of question is that? Why would I tell you my real name? Like, why would I tell you that? Why do you think I would tell you my real name? That's super weird. People on the internet are weird, and I don't want people to know my real name. I don't have anything to hide. It's more just kind of a privacy thing, right? I don't want people to know who I am in real life. That's a weird thing. If you come meet me in person, I will absolutely introduce myself with my real name, but in terms of broadcasting it on the internet, not something I really want to do. Thank you. Looking forward to the future inputs that you have for us in this episode, Jane. Can't wait. All right, so let's get into the charts here, guys. If you follow me on Twitter, which you absolutely fucking should, I've been working on this big old thread on Bitcoin, and basically we tracked this move from here to here, back down to here. So We were trading this too, but the most recent thread I did was effectively 3 trading opportunities. Every single one was covered on Twitter and on Discord and on stream. So if you've made some money, let me know. Help me out by signing up to Prime and depositing that money on Prime with the code Mayne50. But we talked about longing here with a target of here, and then when this SFP'd, we talked about a short with a move back down to here. And I'm gonna pull up that charts for you guys here real quick. But again, you want to see it in advance? Go back to the start of this thread. Go watch the stream on that day and follow along, right? Because I go over exactly why I pick these levels, and I give you the setups to get in the trades yourself. So let's start. It started all the way back on June 30th here, right? June 30th was the first tweet. Support on SPX, confluent with support on BTC. That was tweet number 1, right? Second tweet, little bit of a bounce, right? 22K target on Bitcoin. So we gave you the pullback. I said, this is where I want to long. I also explained on stream and in Discord what these little lines were and how we actually could get in the trades. If you remember, right? The SFP entry, the breaker entry, boom, boom, stop there, target here. It's like a 6R trade, right? Why is this the target? Anyone who shorted this move down most likely had their stop here, right? So there's liquidity there. That becomes the obvious draw. Next tweet, BTC moving up, SPX moving up. Almost identical charts, right? These charts are almost identical. Correlation very strong right now. Boom, we smashed 22K. Why did I close? A lot of people got super bullish here. Go look at what Chimzu was saying here. Go look at what a bunch of those idiots were saying when we broke through here. Oh, 30K next, 28K next. I told you guys very simply, if we're able to close above here and hold, my next target would be that 28K price floor, right? But I wanted to see us close above and hold. Because just as much as it's important to know where you're entering, you got to know where to take profit, right? Because if you rode this thing all the way back down, that's not a good trade. It doesn't matter that you were up 5R at the top. If you didn't take any profit and round tripped it, it's not a good trade, right? So I said, this is our target. I'm taking some off here. If we're able to close above here, I think the level I gave was actually 22,500. I said, I want to see us start closing above here. If we were able to get above there and hold, then absolutely next target was going to be up here, fill in some of this air, right? What happened? Broke up, closed as an SFP. So that super bullish looking candle, which, you know, a few hours earlier looked like this, right? Everyone's calling for higher. There's that 22,500 level I was talking about where I want to see it close above. Ended up closing as an SFP. What am I doing now? Now I'm looking to switch to shorts. It's a bearish trigger after running a key high. This is our range. We're at the range high. We just SFP'd the range high. I'm now looking for shorts. And where do we target? Back into support, back into that new fresh 12-hour order block. So all of that was given. That's 2 weeks worth of charts. And that's 3, at least 3. There's obviously more trades. If you were on the low time frame, there was multiple longs, multiple shorts, right? Another long here, but 2 very, very clear trades. The long from here and the short from here. If you nailed both of those trades, which were given, neither of them were stopped out, that's all the trading you would need to do for the entire month of July. Both of those trades were 5R plus. So let's assume that your risk, your R, right, is $1,000. Okay? So what would your account size have to be for your risk to be $1,000? Well, if you're risking 1%, right, your account balance would be 100 grand, right? So 1% risk on a $100,000 account, right, which is like a 5 Bitcoin portfolio at these prices, would mean your risk is 1,000. Now let's say you want to risk 2%, then your account only has to be 50. Okay? So I know 50 grand's a lot of money. I'm not trying to say it's not, but I think $50,000 is very reasonable for someone who's been in crypto a while and is getting the hang of leverage trading. It's very reasonable, I think, to have a $50,000 account. But plug in whatever numbers you want to make it work. But let's assume you have a 50K account. You're risking 2% per trade. So your risk, your R, is 1,000. Okay? That means every trade you take, your maximum risk is 1,000. Why is it so important to know this before you even get in a trade? Well, now if I enter a trade here and I'm long here, if I get stopped out on this wick, I'm not freaking out. I already knew when I entered the trade, the worst case scenario is I lose $1,000. This is why risk management is so important, right? Because it allows you to have confidence in what you're doing. If you don't know what you have at risk, what the fuck? How can you be confident in getting in a trade if all of a sudden let's assume that your stop is here and your R is 10K? Are you prepared to lose 20% of your account on getting stopped out? No. So if you ever get that feeling when you enter a trade and you're like freaking out, you're nervous, you're feeling anxious, you're probably risking too much, right? But if you know what you have to lose in advance, if you know that worst case scenario, I'm losing $1,000, then I'm confident that if I put my money behind this trade, I already know the worst case scenario. So what is there to be scared of, right? You're going to help remove a lot of that fear of entering the trade by knowing what you have for the worst case scenario for this trade. Your risk, right? When someone says, oh, this trade is 5R, that means that if your risk is 1,000, if you're right, you're going to make 5 grand. If you're wrong, you're going to lose 1,000, right? This is not your position size. This is your risk. This is 2% times your account balance. Your position size is determined by knowing where your entry is and then how far from your entry is your stop, right? Entry, stop, this percentage. That's how you're going to determine your position size. There's a calculation that you can do to do it, or you can just use the built-in calculator on all the exchanges. But the idea is you want to make sure that wherever your position size is, that your risk only comes out to be 1,000 on stop out. So if price goes like this, boom, whatever that stop out is, you want that to be the risk that you predetermined, okay? So I think 50 grand account is not crazy unreasonable, and I think 2% risk is not crazy unreasonable. Now let's assume, okay? Tell me if this is boring. I don't know. I feel like this is very useful information. I wish someone broke shit down like this for me back in the day. That first long that we took, entry was on the order block or the breaker right here, okay? There's your entry. Stop below the order block. Target was here. That is a 5.3R trade. So on our math here, you take 5.3, you times that by 1,000, right? You get $5,330 profit. If you were stopped out, if this went down, you would have lost 1,000. So let's assume you got this trade. Okay, and then the second trade that we laid out, which was, just going to get the eraser here. The short here, SFP. Okay, you enter on the SFP close. Stop at the SFP high. Target was this order block right here. So your entry is right here. Stop is here. Target is this here. This is a 2.68R trade. 2.68 times your $1,000, right, equals 2680. Is my mental math really good right now? This is going to be what? 900 plus another 30, so at 8,000, right? And 10, I think. Someone check my math on that. I'm pretty sure that's right. I don't need math. I have a calculator. So 5330. It's been a long day, guys. Please give me a break. Not even close. What the fuck? 5,330 plus 2680. 810. Look at that. Genius. Fucking genius. Can do basic addition without a calculator. 4 fucking digits. Fuck with me. That's not a bad fucking haul for 2 trades in the last 2 weeks. So both of those trades played out high probability trades. Why? They ticked off all of the things on our checkbox. First long was at the range low. We had our OTE pullback from here to here. We're at the range low. We have the order block, the SFP. We want to look for a higher low. We have a clear objective. We know where our trade idea is wrong. All those things are ticked off. Boom, 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 boom. High probability trade. Boom. Nailed. Second trade, range high. SFP. We have the context. Bearish SFP at the range high. Trend is bearish, right? Clear target. We know our risk. Again, all the things ticked off. Second trade, boom. That's on a 50K account risking 2% in the first 2 weeks of July, just taking 2 trades. You literally had to take 2 trades. You barely even had to look at your screen because I did it for you. I posted every chart. I laid out every setup live. 2 trades, you make $8,000 in 2 weeks. That's not crazy, right? So is this making sense here, guys? I'm going to check the chat here because a bunch of you are asking insanely stupid questions. So, but this is as simple as I can break it down. And what I'm trying to show you is you don't need to take that many fucking trades. I know people who are intraday. They're in there all day. Boom, 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 boom. They're taking multiple trades a day. Go ahead. I've always wanted to scalp. It's just not me. But I hit both of these trades and my account balance is bigger than 50 grand. So even on a small account, which I would consider 50K a relatively small account, risking 2%, meaning your risk, your R is 1,000 per trade. You could have made $8,000 in 2 weeks on 2 trades with barely any time on the chart. This is all on the 12-hour chart. I didn't even zoom into the hourly. So what I'm trying to say here is it's possible to take less trades to make good money doing this if you have proper risk management and you're working on finding high probability setups, okay? All right. Okay. Let's see here. How's the TikTok army? TikTok army is horrendous. Happy belated aging day. Have your bones started creaking yet? I'm long past that, my friend. I'm old. I'm over 30. It's over for me. How heavy am I? Random question. Right now, I'm about 205, and I'm 6'2". Jane, are you buying stocks to hold right now? Jane, I need you to go read a book or something. Start with the dictionary and then maybe the Bible. Do I taste like panda? I don't know, Jeffrey. We're still below 30K. We're still below the gay line, so I guess you could fuck around and find out, couldn't you? Cameron Andre said, hey, I took that trade. Hey, hopefully you made some money. I am the zombie. Let's fucking go. I made some money. Let's fucking go. This is why I do this shit. I want to help you guys make money. Spot scalping is so much less stressful than leverage. Been killing it lately. Hey, I'm happy for you, man. Listen, everyone is wired differently, right? I want to scalp. I loved when I first got into trading, I would watch guys on like the 1 minute chart in Forex and I'm like, this is what I want to fucking do. But it just didn't work for me. And it didn't work with how I operated mentally, my ability to want to be in front of the screen that long and staring on that low of a time frame and the decisions like this just didn't work for me. And that's okay. You don't have to be a scalper. You don't have to be a swing trader. Do whatever the fuck you want to do. I've explained the swing failure so many fucking times, bro. Come on. You have a swing high here, a low, A high, a higher high, and then a lower high. 3 candles make a swing. This candle went above and then closed below. Bearish SFP. Okay? You have like low, a lower low, a higher low. 3 candles make a swing. This candle went below, then closed above. Bullish SFP. That's it. Someone gaming says Mayne cutie. I think you're cute too. What's up? DM me. Just kidding. Don't. Chimp Zoo is getting absolutely dunked on today, as he should. Chimp Zoo is a fucking grifter and a shit trader. Guy went on the leaderboard once, which was impressive, but I know for a fact he blew pretty much all that money, and now he's just grifting people with a fucking $10,000 mentorship and fucking shitty NFTs, and you pay 10 grand so he can tell you to long from 60K to the bottom or short from 13K to the fucking top. Jesus Christ. It's amazing he gets away with it. I think he's funny, right? But it's amazing. Chimp made a lot of wrong calls, tries to pivot into hyperbolic posts. What he does is he speaks hyperbolically all the time, and when he's right, he goes, I fucking told you. And when he's wrong, he goes, I was obviously kidding. Like, are you always risking 1%? 1%. Are you always risking 1% per trade? I risk anywhere between 1 and 5% on a trade. Yeah, I risk anywhere between 1 and 5% per trade. I figured all the setups myself by lack of conviction. Any way to work on that? I mean, if you're lacking conviction, sometimes the biggest issue is the risk, right? Like I mentioned earlier, you're risking too much. If you're scared to enter the trade, ask yourself why. Are you afraid to lose? Right? Because you have to realize you're going to be wrong a lot. You could be wrong more than 50% of the time and still be profitable in trading if you're aiming for asymmetric risk reward, 2 to 1, right? If you're aiming for 2 reward for every 1 risk, you only have to be right 33% of the time to break even. So let's assume that you aim for 2 to 1 on every trade and you hit 40% of your trades. You have a 40% strike rate. That means you're making money, but you're losing 60% of your trades. So you have to be comfortable with being wrong, right? But if you're not comfortable with being wrong because you just don't like being wrong, you're just stupid. Stop being dumb, right? But if you're uncomfortable with being wrong because you don't want to lose the money, generally that means you're risking too much. Try risking a little less and fucking start firing. What's the highest R you use on your highest conviction trade plays? I think you're asking what percentage. Generally, if I have a high conviction trade, I'll risk like 5%. Worst case scenario, what about slippage? Of course, you have to consider fees and slippage and all sorts of stuff, right? If you're using market orders, there's fees involved. I'm just speaking in generalities here, right? But keep that in mind. If you want your risk to be 1,000, maybe make it only $800 so it accounts for slippage or fees if that's what you want, right? But realize that fees are part of trading, right? There's spreads, there's all sorts of shit. I love you too, Tara. Have a good sleep. Bro, if the PA has both a breaker and an order block, how do you choose which one for entry? So generally, a breaker involves taking a high or a low, right? So I mean, oftentimes you're gonna see these concepts, they're gonna be layered on top of each other, right? Just pick one. I personally use breakers more than I use just straight up order blocks. What I like to do is find order blocks within breakers or breakers within order blocks, but pick one, right? Pick one. If it hits an order block, use the order block. But generally, I like the breaker because an order block can be like this, right? And price can come down to it, right? Make a swing low, start moving away, then it can do this. The order block's now been invalidated, but if it does this, you now have a breaker in here, right? And I like that because then it gives you really clear defined risk. No, I do not mean margin of $1,000. If you're risking 1K to make 5K, what would your position size has to be? I can't tell you that without knowing what the setup is. You need to know where your entry is and where your stop is, right? And how far this is from your entry. Then you plug that in the calculator with your given risk. Just use the calculator on the exchange. It does it all for you. Type in your entry, your stop, how much of your account you want to risk, and it will spit out the position size for you. I can look up the formula and post it on Twitter or something if you guys want. What is Milk Bags? Milk Bags is one of the greatest people on all of crypto Twitter and greatest humans that I have ever met. And a friend. When paid group? I don't know. Depends how long this bear market goes. How to get in Discord? Check out my website, www.tradermayne.com. All right, I think that was pretty straightforward. Let's take a quick look at the other chat here. Do you think the 12-hour chart works best? It's one that I like using, yes. If you could suck your own cock without stressing out your body, would you, or is that gay? That is absolutely super duper duper gay. Very weird question. I'm going to be praying for you tonight. That's all I can say. Yeah, this is... So you guys got some weird questions here, guys. All right, so let's go into what I think is going to happen now. So we've now got a new order block that we're working with here, okay? We've tagged it here, and we've SFP'd this swing low, right? So what do I think happens? I told you guys on Discord, once we came into this order block, I said I would get out of shorts here because I think this is an area that we could see a bounce. We got that initial bounce, and then we had that CPI whipsaw, right? So we had the initial bounce. CPI came out. They announced the inflation is like 9.1%, something fucking absolutely ludicrous. And we saw another swing down here. So basically, if I'm a bull, right, you really need to see us hold this candle, in my opinion. Like, this is kind of like your... I don't want a long here because my risk, right, for if, like, I mean here. If you longed here with your stop here, you're safe, right? So you long the order block, your stop is here, your target is back up here, right? A new high. That would be your goal. Another higher low, right? Then we would have 1, 2, 3 higher lows, right? I do see some people posting this chart, like it's breaking below this trend line, but I think this kind of lines up with what I'm saying. If this is just a deviation below this trend line here, and we're able to hold above, 20K, 20,500, I think we'll probably make a new high up to 22.5, right? So if this is just a deviation below the trend line here, and we're able to hold up here, I think we probably do see another move to the upside. That being said, I don't have a long setup here. Personally, I would have liked to have longed this, but this is literally my birthday where this happened. But you would have entered at the order block, okay? Stop below the low. Your target is a new high, okay? A nice 5R trade almost, 4.68 risk, or reward to risk, right? However, where we are right now, since we've put in this kind of wacky candle, your risk has to go below here. So if you're entering along up here, in my opinion, it could come all the way back down here, still go up, right? So my idea for the long initially would be down here. But now that we've had this wick, which is now run this low, right? Run these lows, closed above, bullish swing failure pattern, I would adjust my stop to here. So now my stop would be there. The problem with that, right, is that's a pretty loose stop if you're entering a long right now. Let's say you want a long right here. It's pretty loose. Still about a 2R, right? But that's not the tightest fucking entry. So what I would be looking for if I'm a bull is some sort of low time frame bullish price action, right? So we just made a higher high here. Maybe we come back, run this low here into this order block, something like that. But any sort of long idea that you're trying to get on this pullback, right? Your invalidation is here, in my opinion, for the next leg. So if you didn't long already, the order block test, right, or this sweep, but you're bullish, I think your long ideas are invalid below this low here. And I would target a new high. But personally, I'm not in a trade here. I'm watching this swing, okay? If we pull back maybe to just sub 20K, maybe we SFP this low here, something like this, that might entice me to long with a stop here, target up here. That would be kind of the only long setup that I see right now. But you do have to watch, in my opinion, you know, what happens on the low time frame. Like if this is just a deviation, we want to see us hold above this order block effectively. I'm going to just clean this up a little bit here. Right? We're going to want to see us hold above this order block here. Right? So it can come down into here, but not for long. It needs to regain this trend line. Right? If you're a trend line trader, I want it to be above this trend line ASAP. Then we can talk about a move up here. But if it spends too much time below this trend line, below that previous all-time high level at 19.8, I think we probably make a new low. So the bulls got to step up here and they got to do something pretty quick. It's Wednesday, so I don't know. I'm not in a trade right now, but hopefully my thoughts make sense. I don't have a short setup here either right now. I'm in no trade. I don't see a short setup particularly right here. If we get some sort of, you know, move up and then a nice SFP or something more clear. I mean, I guess we're rejecting from this H4 order block right now, right? So you could argue that we're rejecting here, but the thing is we SFP'd these lows here. So I'm not quite sure. This is just kind of a no trade for me based on the time frames that I like to trade. I didn't long here and I didn't short here. So I'm just going to wait. I'm going to stay flat. All right, guys, is everyone on the same page here? Someone hit me with something in the chat. Let me know. In your experience, how well does ICT's methods transfer to crypto? I think well. I primarily use ICT concepts, right? Just hurry up and tell us how long we will be gay. You, Riz, or Rise, or however the fuck you pronounce your weird, probably Scandinavian name, you Viking bastard. You're going to be gay for a long time. Mayne, are you using tools like heat maps and volume profiles? Have you ever seen me use any of those tools? No. Everything I do, I share with you guys. This is literally exactly how I trade. I've said this so many times. Not many people are like as blatantly open with their strategy as I am. Brabus says, you mean if you lose 5% your account or margin? If you're risking 5%, that is a percentage of my trading account balance. That is not margin. Bilal Kahan, bro, please get the market updates. Bro, I'm going to talk about whatever I want, whenever I want, for as long as I want. Okay? If you haven't gained any value from the stream thus far, just fuck off. Just go follow my tweets where I just post charts. Jesus Christ. Some of you guys are so fucking ungrateful and annoying. One of my pudgy penguins going to be worth $500,000? I think never, my man. Sorry about that. I sold mine at like 3 Ethereum or something like that. Can we use the calculator in TradingView? I think you can, but you would have to then go into the settings, right? Account size, 50,000. Risk, 5%. Okay. I don't know if this works. The thing is it doesn't know what the fucking unit is, right? Like, what is the lot size? I guess, like, the price of Bitcoin. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this is going to work. Just use the one on your calculator. Oh, I want Discord info too. Jane, if you think you're getting into the Discord, you're fucking delusional. I get enough of you on stream and I only do that once a week. You think I want you to be able to tag me on a daily basis in Discord? You must be fucking nuts. What does Mayne stand for? It's like Gucci Mane. Oh, that's an interesting question. Brad, I already explained what sync failure is technically, bro. Come on, pay attention. I feel like I need like a ruler and I need to be able to virtually fucking whack you guys on the goddamn hand every time you piss me off. I went to Catholic school and I had a fucking teacher who would come over and fucking whap you on the knuckles if you were fucking being shitty, which I was all the time. And I would be like, I'm pretty sure that's illegal, but no one seemed to care. What's your view on prop firms like FTMO, MFF, and all? Are they legit to work with? I personally use FTMO and trade on FTMO, so I do think they're legit. I've been paid out by them several times when I make money on the platform, so I do think they're relatively legit, but they're hard to get approved on, right? Like FTMO, for example, they give you an account, it's demo, and you have to earn 10%, I think, 10% with no bigger single day drawdown than like 5%, and total account drawdown of 10% over 30 days. So that means you have to earn, if your account's 100 grand, you got to get the account balance up to 110,000, and at no point can you be below 90,000 or take a single day loss greater than 5% of the account balance. Something like that. What time frame do you use for entries and setups? Generally, I'm entering on the hourly or the 4 hour. Rolf, what's up from Amsterdam, bro? I'm using Epic Pen. This is called Epic Pen. It's not part of TradingView. Suzu is watching all the streams and learning how to make it all back. Suzu is currently hiding in like a container ship, being fucking taken across the sea, trying to fucking escape the feds. What a fucking movie that is. Holy shit. Like, it's absolutely crazy to me that that like Suzu literally like borrowed like hundreds of millions of dollars from like Celsius and Voyager and all these fucking companies and was just like punting it on like Luna and shit. Like, that's crazy. This is the biggest degen of all. This guy says Loma's greater than Mayne. Ask Loma that question. See what he says. This is not a vape. See, it's invisible. It's not even here. I'm not even... What am I even smoking? It's nothing. That's not my computer. That's my washing machine. I'm sorry. I would get up to turn it off, but I don't have any pants on. So I'm staying sitting. All right, let's go to Ethereum. I'm pretty sure everyone understands what's going on in Bitcoin. And if I don't get back to the market updates, Bilal is going to have an aneurysm. And we wouldn't want that, would we, Bilal? Oh, my God. We better get to the market updates for Bilal. Holy shit. He doesn't have time for my banter. He doesn't have time for the banter. He just wants the fucking sauce. You know what you should watch, Bilal, is the fucking condensed stream that I pay my editor handsomely to create. That way you don't have to fucking do any of the fucking banter. Jesus Christ. Son of a bitch. Pissing me off. Okay, so Ethereum. Very similar to Bitcoin price action wise. We've now had 3 tests of this order block. What I don't like, right, is we've had this order block, 2 tests of this order block, and the first test resulted in a lower high, right? So if this fails to make a higher high here, we are absolutely making new lows. And the same goes for Bitcoin, right? We've had now 2 tests of this demand, right? Generally, low, high. I want to see a higher low generate a higher high. So the fact that we've now come down, tested this again, if we are unable to make a higher high, right? Because yes, this broke above, but it SFP'd. If this makes a lower high here and starts trading below this low, that's why my long ideas would be wrong down here. We're absolutely making new lows, and the next level I got is like 15 to 16,000, right? So something to keep in mind for sure. So Ethereum, right, very similar to Bitcoin. It's just trading in a beautiful little range. No. Right, very basic range. You could say this is your range as well. Make it a little tighter. Deviate the range low. Trade to the range high, back to the range low, back to the range high, back to the range low, right? Our key level, look at this key, look at the mid-range here, 1144. Remember that key level that we had on Ethereum? Look where that level lines up. $20 off. So effectively, that previous all-time high monthly close is the mid-range. You can see prices respected the level, right? Resistance, support, resistance, break above, move up. But very similar price action to Bitcoin. Came down, ran the low, got back above the low. Where'd it go? Back towards the range high. Ran these highs here, put in an SFP into a bearish order block. Rejected. Where'd it go back down? Back to the range lows. Another SFP. So these things have been trading pretty lockstep right now. I personally was trading Bitcoin. I wasn't trading Ethereum, but I posted the charts in Discord for Ethereum. They're all the exact same. So now we're looking at Ethereum. We're saying, okay, we have an SFP that just formed here. Very similar to Bitcoin. Came in, tested demand. Big SFP. Now you want to see Ethereum hold this down candle. Your invalidation on Ethereum longs, in my opinion, if you're longing this pullback, would be below this low, right? And you want to see us make a new high. If this is it, if we just reject here on Bitcoin and Ethereum and we break these lows that we made this morning, Ethereum is going sub $800 and Bitcoin is going sub 19K, sub fucking 17K. All right, so that's going to be your invalidation on Ethereum, same as this is going to be your invalidation on Bitcoin here. So we're unable to make bullish PA from basically this little range here on the hourly. This is what I want to see. Look at how good that level is. Boom, boom, boom. This is the range I'm now watching from this low to this high. So if you're looking to get long on a pullback into the lower part of this trading range, this is where your idea is going to be wrong. Okay, and let's say it comes back here. You long it here or something like that. Stop, in my opinion, goes there. Target 1, then target 2 would be a new high. Back above 1220. So effectively, the exact same setup as Bitcoin. The PA on Bitcoin, Ethereum, almost identical right now. Like if I look at this on the, it's almost the exact same, right? Pull out your fib. Take your range tool. Maybe we come back down to 1050 or something like that. I don't know. But personally, the risk reward of longing this down candle, right? That's that 12-hour order block right here. This candle. That's this. Right? So the risk reward of longing this, in my opinion, it's just not what I want. Enter right now. My invalidation's way down here. Right? We have to go up to here to make a new high. not even 2R, right? So not really interested in longing here. If we come down within this 12-hour order block, remember, it's a 12-hour bullish order block potentially, and we do something bullish, SFP, or maybe just an over-under, right? Maybe we come down here, break this low, but then trade back above it. Okay, now I can have an invalidation here on this entry. But right now, my invalidation is too far from where we are for me to be interested in longing right here. All right? So that's all I got, guys. That's pretty straightforward. Bitcoin and Ethereum. I posted an interesting chart about the dollar. So I posted this on Twitter. I posted this on Twitter yesterday. I will read the Twitch chat, guys. Give me a minute. Dunked on Moon Carl, obviously. Naturally. Posted this on Twitter. I said, if this is an altcoin or a random crypto coin you're trading, this is the monthly chart. It just broke out of a month-long accumulation. What are you doing? This is like a dream bear market chart. Months and months of accumulation, and then it breaks out, right? This is like the ideal scenario for the start of a mega move to the upside, right? If this was a crypto. Huge accumulation period, breakout, maybe a retest, and then it probably runs, right? So I said, if this is a crypto, what do you think happens? And everyone's saying, oh yeah, probably goes higher, blah, blah, blah. This is the dollar, right? So if you see the dollar doing this, do you think that's bullish for crypto? The dollar is the denominator of this fraction. So generally, when the dollar is rallying, Bitcoin is doing the inverse, right? When did the top occur for Bitcoin? April, May, right? Was that first 60K top? That's right here. Look at the dollar since Bitcoin has been dumping, right? So if we want the bull market to start, ideally, I want this to fucking die. What are we seeing here? Generally in a recession, when the markets are risk off, people flee to stability, and it appears based on what the dollar is doing. Look at the euro, right? Euro USD is like at par or below par. It's literally 1-to-1. This is the lowest Euro USD has been in like 20 fucking years, okay? Literally 20 years. That 1-to-1 with the dollar. Why? Well, what is the denominator of this? USD. The USD chart looks like this. So this fraction looks like this. What does it mean? This means the dollar is much stronger than the euro right now. So when we're in a recession, generally, people want to flee to stability. Oftentimes, in a risk-off environment, the US dollar has been seen as that kind of safe haven, bonds, things like that. But if the euro looks like this, right? Look when the euro topped. Same time Bitcoin topped. Why? Because that's when the dollar bottomed. So yeah, we'll see, right? I don't know. This is not generally what you want to see for a bull market to begin on Bitcoin, personally. I mean, what you would hope happens is like the dollar goes up to like here and then crashes, right? Something like that. It makes like a big lower high. I don't know. Fuck you, you piece of shit. Sorry about that. All right. Sitting on the toilet and watching Mayne is my favorite pastime. I appreciate that, Tom, but you should probably go outside more. You should ignore YouTube plebs and read Twitch only. Who is this dude anyways? Is he profitable? Anyone know? Who are you fucking talking to me? Like who the fuck are you? This guy says, anyone know if he's profitable? This guy says he's good. How good? Are you talking about me or are you talking about fucking Chimp Zoo? I don't have a paid group. Or are you talking about Chimp? I don't have a paid group, Jerry. What are you talking about? Everything I do is free, man. I literally am retired. I'm 32 years old and I make YouTube videos for fun and shit post on Twitter. Like, you decide if I'm good. Go look at the fucking charts I post. Like, make your own decision. Or just learn how to trade yourself and fucking do your own thing. Like, you should not be following strangers on the internet. I share the shit because I enjoy it and I think it's fun. But yeah, I don't have a paid group. Oh my God, go fuck yourself. Stupid washing machine. Yeah, nothing is a one-to-one correlation, but the dollar index in Bitcoin, like the dollar index in Euro and the dollar index in many risk assets, are inversely correlated. It's not a one-to-one correlation. It's not always lockstep. How was the rave? The rave was super fun, man. What percentage of your account do you risk for every trade? 1 to 5%, guys. Yes, I'm retired off of trading. I traded through 2 bull markets and I made a bunch of money. I'm 32. I'm not in my early 20s. What's up, slime season? I'm doing good, bro. How are you? All right, guys. Does anyone have any smart fucking questions? Holy fuck. The IQ of the chat today, extremely low. Extremely low. I'm disappointed. I expected more from you guys. Opinions on Andrew Tate. I think he's fucking hilarious. I love him. Do you think stocks could go sub 3K? Right now, this is the area that I'm looking for stocks to trade down to. So, I mean, similar to Bitcoin, right? The PA on stocks and Bitcoin has been lockstep. Like, this could be the Ethereum chart or the Bitcoin chart. You'd have no idea. Looks the exact same. But I do think stocks could go sub 3K, but my initial target is back into kind of this weekly consolidation here, the breakdown before the COVID, right? And then this big run up. This is where I would hope a bottom forms. If stocks trade down to here, Bitcoin will be less than 17K and Ethereum will be less than 1,000. Pretty confident in that. But could they go below 3K? I have no idea. I'm level to level. If we get below here, I'm looking towards down here. This guy says, I've heard you copy trade Hasaka and got rich that way. Don't pretend you know ICT concepts, my G. Who are you? Like, who are you? Hasaka used to be in my Discord asking me questions about what order blocks are. What are you talking about? Fucking chat is fucking weird today. Don't pretend you know ICT concepts, my G. Who are you and where did you come from? Go back there. No one cares. Do you look at liquidation maps? Do you think it has any merit? Please tell the reason why I don't use it. It's not something I use. It's not something that's part of my strategy. I don't think that it's necessarily a bad thing. I know people who use those types of tools. It's just not something I use. When you already have something that works for you, I try not to tinker with it too much because you can get information overload. If you start adding all these fucking indicators and all this other bullshit, you're just going to confuse yourself. All right, guys. I don't know. The chat's pissing me off today. But anyways, I don't know what else to share here today, guys. Yes, you guys want an example of a breaker. Here, I'll show you the breaker that made me a shitload of money. You ready? This. I shorted this breaker. Okay? So a breaker is an order block, okay, that's failed. So initially, a bullish breaker, or a bearish breaker, excuse me, is initially a bullish order block, okay, that fails, and then it becomes a bearish breaker. But the one rule is it has to violate a swing high. So like this. Okay, so here's the order block. Here, I'll draw it better. Let me draw it better. So let's assume you have price doing this, makes a higher high, and then it breaks down. Okay, initially here, you would think that this is a bullish order block. It's a down candle before an up move, but then price nukes through it. And when it comes back to retest it, you can then use this as a bearish breaker, sell it with your stop above here or above the high, okay? This is a breaker, a bearish breaker. So it's a bullish order block that fails, then becomes a bearish breaker. This is a live, or not live, but this is an example of one. This was a bullish order block here. Down candle before an up move that made a higher high. You would assume that this is going to be support. When it failed, so I would bid here. When it failed, you extend it out. We broke market structure. There's the retest to the underside. You can now sell it as a bearish breaker. Down candle before an up move that took out a high. Price nukes through it. Retest, dump. That is a breaker. Okay, so what would it be in reverse? What would be the bullish breaker? Be something like this. Let me see if I can find one. Here's a bullish breaker. You would assume that this candle here, okay, would be a bearish order block. Up candle before a down move that broke market structure. Price came down, did not respect it as a bearish order block, traded above, retest, that's your long. It's now a bullish breaker. Okay? I also have, if you go on Twitter and you search tweets from Trader Mayne, use the hashtag TMTATips. I have a chart where I explain order blocks and breakers. I also have a video on YouTube where I explain them in detail. All right, guys? So it's almost midnight here. Holy shit. I need to go to bed. So I am going to end the video here. As you guys can hear, I've got laundry I've got to do. And I've got a 4.5-hour drive tomorrow. That is going to suck. And I got to go to the gym and I got to do leg day. So I got to go into the gym early. I got to squat like an absolute gorilla. 315 for reps, okay? Then I got to go drive 4 hours to go visit my mother so she can make me some food. So, big day, but hopefully this stream was informative, guys. Hopefully you learned something. Jane, go fuck yourself. And that's all I got, guys. I appreciate you. I love you all, and I will be back with another video soon. Make sure you're following me on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, following me on YouTube. Hit the like bell, hit the like notification bell, do all that fucking bullshit. Follow me on Twitch, and sign up to Prime, please. Sign up to Prime using my link. Use the code Mayne50. Deposit some money. It really helps me out. All right, guys. Love you so much. I will talk to you all soon. Peace out.
It's like a haunting feeling This is where it all began. I promised myself if you asked me to go that I'd stay right here. I'll stay right here. I will be your ghost. And all the fights we ever had, you said it's over. And all the times we called it quits and had a closure. And all the fights we ever had and said it's over. I stayed right here. Yeah, I stayed right here. You said you'd come for me. Are you a ghost? I would die for you. I will be your ghost. If we run through the night, we can dive into us, change the world. Till death do us part. I'll be your stranger girl. This is where it all began. I promised myself if you asked me to go that I'd stay right here. I'll stay right here. And all the fights we ever had, you said it's over. And all the times we called it quits and had a closure. And all the fights we ever had and said it's over. I stayed right here. I'll stay right here.